What up, everybody? Welcome back to All the Talk Podcast. I'm your host, G. Allen. We've been gone for a little bit. I actually have Blake here with me. He's kind of coming my co-host, I'd say.
I would say so. It's a pretty dope podcast. Happy to be here.
It's pretty awesome. So, we've been off for about, 2.5 weeks, I'd say.
Yeah, we filmed one after Christmas. We did our little 2019.
Yeah. 2018 review.
Yeah.
And I actually went on a mission trip and actually did something productive over the winter break, being the hands and feet of Jesus while Blake was sitting here being a sinner.
I was actually in Fayetteville working with Sports Talk Radio with Bo Mattingly. I was pursuing my career.
That's actually pretty cool.
I did not do any mission work while I was there,
What'd you do up there?
I edited audio. I wrote the college football championship preview.
Really?
That they used on air. That's pretty dope, yeah.
That's nice.
I did a lot. Interviewed. You see that little news story of the week thing? Well, I've got one for you.
Oh, really?
I interviewed an antique shop owner who, a naked dude, ran out of AutoZone, went across the street, went to their antique shop, started running around, breaking stuff, completely naked the whole time. And the owner got an old VCR, hit him in the back, then knocked the dude down.
Oh, my God.
The dude ran out into the parking lot, hopped into a car with a kid in it, still naked.
Just naked?
Yeah. He stole a Mountain Dew and cigarettes. That's how you know you're in Arkansas.
High or what?
See, that's what we asked the shop owner, because I went out there with another intern, and she said he didn't know. He probably was. He was under the influence of something.
Just out of his mind. I mean, some people are like that, you know? I mean,
naturally.
You hear about that guy who, he went into Planet Fitness naked.
Good start.
He went into Planet Fitness completely naked because Planet Fitness's whole thing is like, no, we won't judge you here.
Oh, good call.
The dumbbells only go up to like 35 pounds.
He's making a statement.
You can't slam anything. And he got kicked out, and he's like, well, thought you weren't supposed to judge me.
Yeah, you can't judge me.
I'm just trying to go work out naked.
No, I feel that. Freeform.
It's a pretty typical thing, just swinging around. Anyway. But in light of what's going on right now, it's been over the past, 29 days? I don't know what it is now.
It's been a hot minute.
It's 29 days of the government shutdown.
Right.
And I'm sure all of you are just greatly affected by this. I'm sure all of you probably don't even know there's a government shutdown going on now.
Honestly, unless you work in the government.
I mean, unless you just, work in the government and you check the news one time and government shutdown. It's been on the news for the past 30 days. So we're going to talk a little bit about the government shutdown. So for those of you who really don't know what's going on right now, there is a partial government shutdown in our government right now. Mm-hmm. And this is all because Republicans and Democrats, Donald Trump wants $5.7 billion. That's what it is, $5.7 billion to fund a border wall. Mm-hmm. And Democrats will not cooperate, and Republicans won't cooperate, or they're trying to cooperate, but, I mean, it's just kind of a battle.
It's a dead end.
They're both polarized on this issue, and it's hard to come to, a good middle ground. I mean,
neither of them are willing to even negotiate that middle ground.
No, that's the thing. I asked a recent news event that actually happened. Mm-hmm. I did it for my current event, and apparently Trump invited Democrats to a lunch meeting to talk about border security and the wall and all that, and none of the Democrats showed up.
Right, correct.
So it was
He's been tweeting nonstop about it too. I'm here in the White House. Tim's where you at?
And the letter he sent to Nancy Pelosi. So Pelosi's supposed to go on some trip. Who knows what she's going on.
She's going to Bolivia.
We're probably paying for it some way, somehow.
God bless.
But but she's supposed to go on this trip. What was it, yesterday? Mm-hmm. And Trump sent her this letter an hour. They're all on the bus going to the place, and they get the letter on the bus saying, "Nope, you're not going. If you want to go, you can fly commercial."
Yeah.
So that was kind of a savage moment.
That was pretty savage.
So this whole idea about building the wall, I think me and Blake actually have kind of a different opinion on what is a good thing for our border and our border security. So we can probably both agree that border security is definitely a thing that needs to be dealt with.
Oh, 100%. I can definitely agree with that. It needs to be stronger. I just feel like the wall, I've done a little bit of research into it too. The wall's not going to be the most effective option. And frankly, once again, as politics is, there isn't a completely easy option. The wall will not stop everything. I've done some research, but that's just my stance. I think the wall would be a waste of taxpayers' money.
What do you see that, what stats, or, do you have any, what info?
It's all the ways, it's all the other ways that people have gotten around the wall. It said that most of the drugs are smuggled through the legal access ports. I'm sure you've seen that. Uh-huh. Yep. Then there's also El Chapo's tunnels, despite Chapo being caught. There's hundreds of them.
Yeah.
And they're just going down there. I even saw one little funny thing. They discovered a catapult.
A catapult.
A catapult on the border of Arizona that no one saw. It was literally sending drugs over the little gate.
Oh my god.
Now the catapult, the wall would stop that one, but there's also, obviously, there's all the ships that go out of there. There's all the ports lining San Diego.
Yeah.
Miami Vice was a whole show about it, getting drugs from Mexico straight to Miami.
Yeah. One of the stats I've seen about it is anywhere from 20 to 40% of all illegal immigrants come from either via plane or boat, but that still leaves another 60% at most, and another 80% that actually come through land. And I definitely think that the wall, my point of view is on this, I think may as well give it a try. I think if we had a wall, like you said about these legal ports of entry, I think if we had a wall situated where our security doesn't have to be so spread out along the couple thousand.
Right, and that's part of the thing I saw. It's people will do a little thing over here on the right and distract.
So it's all distracted, and they're so spread out, and there's not enough of them, and it makes going through legal ports of entry a lot easier to slip through. So I definitely think a wall will help, because I know Israel, I don't know if you've heard about Israel, they built a wall.
Yeah.
And suicide bombings just completely went away. And their legal immigration has gone from it was a couple thousand and then dropped down to 14. So I mean, when you look at the price he's asking for right now, $5.7 billion, that is not even a sliver of the federal budget.
Yeah, it's
it's less than 1%. It's 1% or less than 1%, somewhere around there. And so I think we should definitely build this wall. At least give it a shot, because
giving it a shot is but you can do that in one little area, but to cover the hundreds of miles that he's wanting to do, that is the whole $5.7 billion.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could understand it. Where's the drug trafficking the heaviest? If there's a certain area they go through the most, if they could maybe try it out there, I'd be able to do that. But to full scale, see, then this is the problem with the shutdown. The Democrats are saying none at all.
Yeah.
And then Trump's wanting the whole wall.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see what the compromise would do, but I can't see the benefit of building the huge wall out of a test experiment.
And I know that we actually have points of our border that are actually...
There
are walls on the border. And I don't know if any of our viewers saw this or you saw this. Jim Acosta actually went down to one of these areas, and he took this little video, being the brilliant man he is, saying, I don't see any people here. People aren't trying to climb over this wall. There's actually businesses right on the other side of the wall. And the dude just absolutely proved the point that walls work by having himself, videoing himself on the wall with nobody there, trying to no illegal immigrants trying to come over the wall, or whatever this crisis is.
Yeah.
And he really just kind of played it back on himself, being the brilliant guy he is. But I mean, I definitely think if you look at statistics on places where we actually have these border walls, and you look at the agents, the ICE patrol agents, 90% of them or more all support the wall. I know the study they did
makes their job easier.
Makes it a lot easier on them, because I mean, it's not very easy when you have to arrest a couple thousand criminals, and the other even more thousand that just slip in through the cracks and disappear into the country. So when you look at the numbers that illegal immigrants cost the average taxpayer, I mean, it's astronomical when you look at the welfare they take advantage of, the education system they take advantage of. And a lot of these legal immigrants, I'm not saying that they're all bad. I mean, there's definitely a good amount of them that are actually desperate people that really want a new start. But I mean, they're trying to do it in a way that's not legal. Right. And I think we should be able to uphold the law through that. And having the wall there would definitely help us.
And that's always been my big problem is, I'm empathetic towards these people, because Mexico, as we know, not a great place.
No, it's horrible.
It's just the worst.
I mean, it's the drug capital, the drug country of the world, and we're just...
Exactly.
People are pushing for open borders, down there.
Exactly.
I don't get that point.
Hang on to that point. But, the innocent people, I want to help them escape. And, I think we can also agree on this, the legalization process that takes 6 months to a year, sometimes more.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's rough. They could be dead in 6 months to a year. So that's why I want to help those people get out. But, like you said, it's the drug capital of the world. So here's my problem with it. You build the wall, there's still all these other ports and ways to go around. These cartel are one of like the most powerful illegal businesses in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw the stat, like 90% of heroin comes from Mexico. These people are really running this place.
Yeah.
They will stop at nothing. There's even been cases of people like getting in, I think it was a low-powered aircraft that like went over the border. That one got caught, but
Jeez.
there's been a lot more that have not get caught. Supposedly, that's what they claim.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd believe it. They're a very high-power organization, so they will stop at nothing, even if it is the wall. So what I would be in favor of, is instead of throwing that $5.7 billion into the wall, is could they not just strengthen the ICE officers? Could they not put more money into some of that money into ICE, give them more budget, give them more resources to up their manpower instead of throwing that all in a wall? The wall would make their job easier for them, but it's also a lot of expenses. And there's also a lot of legality that goes into it. I saw a stat that said 70% of the land that he's wanting to like build the wall on is owned by either the Native Americans, because it's Arizona or New Mexico. There's a lot of Native American tribes there, or the state, like the federal.
Yeah.
A lot of that's federal owned land. So once again, my problem is like, would he be willing to step? Because he can eventually force it, but that would really piss off a lot of the people in the state.
Yeah.
If he's just forcing national law into the federal area and building that wall. So I would say the wall, even for legality issues, is going to be very difficult to build. So I would say put that budget into the ICE program.
Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from there. That's definitely a valid opinion,
a
valid option. But I'm definitely still for like the wall. I definitely think that ICE gives it all. They're all. I mean, they do an amazing job. And
that's a tough job.
I know it was a couple months ago where we were just demonizing ICE and saying like they're a criminal group and all this stuff.
Yeah, it's the sad story. It's like what they did in Oakland. They did that big seizure.
Yeah,
that was last year.
Yeah,
where they were just like busting in, and people were saying it was without warrants. Which I mean, they did have a warrant there, but
I mean, you're illegal.
It's just sad stories.
You don't. I mean, you don't have to have a warrant if you're an illegal immigrant.
It's getting those innocents though. That's like what affects me. Like, yes, it did come in illegally. But honestly, if I was in Mexico, I'd probably try and do the same thing, do whatever I could to get out of there.
But I mean, definitely, we
is a
made
legal
the process,
whether it be a good one or not.
Definitely made the process still, like as hard as it is. Like you still have to buy into being American, but making it definitely quicker, I think, would definitely make the amount of illegal immigrants go down for sure. Because people don't want to go through that, and they just want to, slip on through the border. And
that'd be easier. So if they simplified that process of becoming a legal American.
Yeah. And making it to where you buy into the American values and all that stuff. I mean, we love immigrants in America, and we love to have them here. I mean, we're based on immigrants. We're
the mixing pot, baby.
Yeah, we're the mixing pot. So definitely your opinion on it, I definitely can see where you're coming from there. I'm just definitely still for building the wall because I think, I mean, it has a lot of positive effects, and even if the legalization process is hard and all that, I'm sure I've seen statistics where 75 to 80% of people that live on the border are for the wall, and so
I've seen that.
Yeah, and so having the wall there would definitely help us, and if we have that wall there, it'll save us a lot of money, and we'd be able to invest that money back into ICE to stop those really high-powered, what you said, drug cartel members.
Best case scenario, that's how it worked, but it's still hypothetical. So that's where I'm in favor of them meeting in the middle, which they won't because...
Oh, no.
I'm in favor of them meeting in the middle and attempting it over a stretch of land, but of course that makes too much sense, doesn't it?
It makes way too much sense for politicians.
We gotta be toddlers. Take your ball and go home.
To put down their pride and just be like, okay, we're gonna negotiate this. We really want this, and we really don't. So let's see what happens if we do it.
Be in the middle. Try at least a portion of it instead of, we're done. We're not talking to you. And even, oh gosh, it's like baby talk too. Like when Trump did meet with Nancy. Oh, what was her name? Nancy
Pelosi and Chuck Schumer.
Yeah, when he went in and said, "Are you going to let me build this wall?" No. Bye. Like, is this preschool?
Yeah, I know.
Can you not negotiate?
It's so bad.
Oh my gosh.
But I've actually seen videos of. Have you seen videos of parts of the border where it's just a little wooden fence that's just you can go under or go over.
Lincoln building blocks up there.
Yeah, they got the building blocks out there, and I mean it's just so easy when Border Patrol is so spread out, people can just come in and just disappear into the country with no one knowing, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just have a problem with them coming in and taking advantage of,
the American
things
we give out.
The things we give out.
But a lot of Americans take advantage of that too.
Oh yeah, for
we can
sure.
save welfare for another podcast.
Yeah, but I mean, it's for Americans.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for illegal immigrants.
Right.
That's my point.
There's something that just came to my head, and it's kind of bummed me out. I don't know if you remember this girl. Her name was Margot. She went to our school. She's from Mexico.
I don't remember.
She was in my French class. She was kind of quiet, but she told... Holy crap. She told me one time that she was trying to get her family back into Mexico, and she was there for first semester, and she was going to visit them in the holidays. I never saw Margot again.
Oh my gosh!
I don't think Margot came back.
Rest in peace, Margot.
Holy crap.
But I mean, I'm for the wall. At least
I'm for other options.
I'm definitely for trying it out. I mean, I know in places where we have it, it definitely helps, and places all across the world that use it, just like an example is Israel.
See, the bombing thing's different. It's different though. Like, sure they could fly over, but then that gets in the military grade.
Yeah.
If we could set a military base along the wall, that would also the hypothetical wall to shoot down the drug cartel flying around. But there's just so many areas of government it would have to stretch to, because it literally is land, sea, and air.
Yeah,
trying to get these.
And I've looked at. I don't know. I've looked at some stats where, like, 60% of the actual border is already kind of wallish.
It has a fence or something.
Because of
a barrier.
No, that's not my point.
But natural.
Natural
borders,
like rivers and mountains and stuff along the border, so it doesn't have to be the complete whatever it is 1,000-mile stretch along the border.
1,000-mile, 35-foot concrete wall.
Yeah, so the wall wouldn't be actually all the way across the border. It would just be
or the natural
in
borders.
the places where like it's easier to go across.
Right.
So that's definitely an option I could see, instead of having to try to build it all the way across, which would take forever.
It'd take,
to be honest,
a very long time and take a lot of money.
Yeah,
a lot of workers.
Sure.
It would. I mean, Trump's point, it would give more jobs.
And I definitely give props to Trump for standing his ground and not. He said, "We're going to build this wall," and he's not turning back on his word.
What's his campaign promise?
Yeah, he's not turning back on his word.
A lot of presidents have gone back on that.
Oh, presidents say things all the time, and then when they get in the office, it's just like, nope.
I mean, props to Trump for standing up to this and, like, really trying to fulfill the promise he made to the American people.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like the turnout of not being able to negotiate, but, I mean, he's standing his ground.
Yeah.
He definitely is.
It's kind of a mix on both sides, really. That's the way I see it. It's Republicans are, trying to negotiate, and Democrats are not trying to negotiate. I think it's a mix on both sides.
They're both stubborn. And
they're
then when
both
they do
really
have the
stubborn.
meetings, it's just like...
It's just, like you
I
said,
have my
preschool.
Wall. No, bye. Sick. Good meeting.
I know.
Oh.
But that was a really good discussion on the wall. I think we both had some really good valid points about it. And so leave a comment below on your thoughts on the wall. Should we build it or not? So on that note, we're going to transition. Take a little turn here. Get away from, I guess it's still going to be politics, kind of.
Yeah.
But,
it's a political issue.
In light of, I don't know if our audience has seen it, but this Gillette commercial that just came out.
Me and Blake
really just wanted to hit on what it means to be a man and how masculinity isn't necessarily toxic, as Gillette portrayed in their recent commercial. I would say I'd recommend you to watch it, but don't waste your eyes on that cancer. It'll probably give
definitely some bad moments in there.
It'll give your brain damage, and so I don't see why Gillette. So Gillette, this is the whole story about it. Gillette makes this, campaign video, what is it called? Advertisement video.
Advertisement, yeah.
And they basically go on there and, say that masculinity is toxic. So they have some kids wrestling in the grass. Kids being kids, just messing around in the grass with each other. They're not, like, beating each other in the face.
What I love is the kids now are laughing, too, and smiling.
Yeah,
like they're actually playing.
They're having fun. The kids... And then the dad's sitting there. He has, like, a beer bell, and he's like, boys will be boys. and then the commercial's, like, shading down on that. I mean, it's just two kids having fun. I mean, that's how you learn to survive, by wrestling with your little brother. They're not, like, beating each other and blood's coming out of their...
bring out switchblades.
No. And it starts off... You already know it's bad. I don't know how you feel about the Me Too movement. But it already starts off bad when it has, like, these reporters talking about sexual harassment and this whole Me Too movement. And the guy's, like, shaving his face and he has a radio on. I don't know who listens to, whatever it was.
Radio.
CNN or, what's it called? What's that other station? NPR. When they were shaving their face. And so Gillette painted this picture of being masculine.
Mm-hmm. They had catcalling, a lot of catcalling.
Yeah, as being toxic, and they're making it seem that all men want to, slap a woman on the butt, or all men want to fight all the time, or all this
The
stuff.
world's just one big fight club.
Oh, I know. That's what they're making it seem like, that men are just pigs, and they're just pushing this agenda, which is really going to backfire on them, I think, because you're selling your razors to men.
Yeah.
And a lot of men, if they have beards, they're going to be more masculine. And they're not going to agree with your little fact that masculinity is toxic.
That was definitely a commercial for like the hypersensitive culture.
Oh,
they
gosh.
were kind of pandering to the...
Yeah. I mean, so if a man can't be masculine, then what is he going to be?
See, they were on a spot for the catcalling thing. Like the Me Too thing, like men do catcall. It's not as big as an issue as they made it. It is a big issue, but it's not like widespread.
If you go around and ask pretty much every single man that's not in prison, if you ask a man, is rape bad? Is sexual harassment bad? Everyone's going to say, yes, it is a bad thing. Men should not do that. And if you ask men, should like domestic abuse, is that a bad thing? Men will be, yes, that is a very bad thing. There's not men out there going, I'm going to abuse my wife today. Or men
I feel like hitting my wife.
Yeah, just be like, rape is an amazing thing. Let's try it. No, there are no men out there that are saying that.
There are men that commit it, but it's like the vast majority.
It's a sliver of a percentage. And it's kind of interesting how Gillette made this commercial where they have these white dudes. They actually make a play on race where they have these white dudes
they had all the white dads lined up for the barbecues.
And then they had these white guys, these like white teenagers, see a beautiful girl walk by and he's going to talk to her. And the black guy stops her. He's like, no, don't do that. I mean, how are you going to get a girl's number? How are you going to talk to a girl if your friend won't let you go talk to her? And they paint this picture that, they're switching the role, I guess, because they don't want to... Imagine if there was a black guy going after the girl, and then the white guy stopped him.
They did have layers to this commercial.
I mean, it was terrible. I don't get why they do it. And so, being a man, the way we were created, the way we're designed to be protective of women. That's a very positive trait. And you look at, this whole, whatever leftist, I don't know if it's a leftist agenda. It's more of just like a hypersensitive, like you said, culture. Yeah. I don't think it's the majority of people out there. But they make it seem like the majority because the news and media just blows it out of proportion. And they're pushing this idea that masculinity is a bad thing. And when you look at masculinity, having a father in the home, when you look at the percentage of, people who are in prison, people who commit rape, people who are depressed, all of these horrible things, because they don't have fathers. The vast majority of these young men who commit these terrible crimes do not have fathers in the home.
Especially the gang culture, too.
Yeah, exactly, the gang culture, because they don't have a father figure to look up and tell them, no, you don't do that, or set an example for them on how to be a man. And we want to take men out of that culture and say, okay, you don't have to have a father. You can choose your gender if you don't like masculinity. But I don't get why you want to take masculinity out of it, because when you have less masculinity, I feel like masculinity is a really good thing in most areas, unless, men are more aggressive, but it's when you act on it. And a lot of times I can help you, because if you're protecting someone, you can be more aggressive and protect those around you. So I definitely think masculinity needs to play a huge role, especially in the lives of young men.
Oh, without a doubt.
And definitely in the lives of girls, too, because, you have those dads who are really protective of their girls, and that's probably a good thing, because men in junior high and men in high school make stupid decisions.
They do.
Because we want to, go fight about it, or...
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys when girls just go talk about it. Men want to fight about it or do something, or not men, more like boys, teenagers. But, this whole idea of what it means to be a man. Being a man, I'd say, being the man that you're supposed to be, is being a man that looks out for the people around you, that's protective, doesn't let people get picked on, holds the door for girls. I know it's probably a sexist thing to say nowadays, but hold the door for girls. Be respectful of them. Don't just look at them.
I do that all the time. Like every time I leave a place and someone's coming, I hold the door, and I've never gotten a, you think I can't hold the door myself? I've not gotten that. I've gotten a thank you.
It's so annoying why they push this agenda that holding a door for a girl is like saying that she can't do it.
Making a statement.
No, it's not. It's a respectable thing to do. And
literally how it's raised.
it's how you're supposed to be raised. We protect women. We open the door for them, whether they get in the car, where they're going into a building, and also being a man is I think a lot of our culture today pushes this thing about men not being able to show emotion.
Yeah.
Men just like acting out and lashing out.
I think that's where a lot of these commercials are coming from too. It's like trying to like, it's like making a statement that men can't show emotion when, I mean,
Men,
if you listen to R&B and
it's
literally any music.
It's definitely a good thing for men to be able to show their emotion. I mean, I'm not saying go cry about everything.
That's once again, don't be hypersensitive.
Don't be hypersensitive, but it's okay to go talk about things that are hard, going on in your life that are hard. And being a man is all about, pursuing success in all aspects of your life. I mean, whether it be in your marriage, in your friendships, in your job, you want to give it your all, and you don't want to leave. If you have a family, you don't want to leave your family. You want to stay with your family, for sure. That's a big problem we have in our society today. That's all about being a man. Don't run away from your responsibilities. That's probably the number one, probably maybe behind being respectful and protective. That's probably the number one part of being a man, is not running away from responsibility.
Take the challenge head on.
Take the challenge head on. I think that's what we see with so many, both black and white fathers who leave their kids. They're running away from the responsibility. You got a girl pregnant when you're 18. Don't run away from responsibility. Don't abort the baby.
Yep.
I mean, you did it. So take responsibility for your actions and raise the child, even if it means, I mean, you don't have to be together with the wife, but definitely a child needs a good father figure.
Oh, without a doubt, does need a father figure, and I'm also sure, like, having a child at that age is terrifying.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The instinct probably is to run away, but that's when you rely on your partner. You both have strength to, like, stay together and raise this baby.
Yeah.
So running away is definitely not the option. You also need to rely on your partner, because women are stronger in areas that men aren't.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really just... It's a team effort.
The little quote about behind every strong organization or company, there's always a very strong woman. Because women, they make the world go round pretty much.
Who runs the world?
Girl. Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
So all you manly listeners out there, let's just get a little checklist. Probably like 3 or 4 points of what it means to be a man.
Work hard.
Working hard, not running away from your responsibilities.
Respect women.
Respecting.
That's a meme. I know that's a meme.
Respecting
but
women.
For real.
Respecting women, being protective of women, being polite to women, being polite pretty much to everyone. I mean, that's a given.
Be kind.
And probably the last one, what was our last one we had laid out?
Back from top one time, we got work hard, respect women,
work hard, don't run away from your responsibilities, protect, be polite.
All that good stuff. Now number 4.
Number 4, I would say being a man is you have to have gains. No, I'm just kidding. But
be in the gym every morning at 5 a.m. Get that protein powder.
But that's probably a good top 3 we have.
Freaking top 3.
Don't run away from your responsibilities. Work hard in everything you do, and be polite to women. Respect them.
Oh, number 4.
Oh, yeah, number 4.
Reflect God. Reflect Jesus.
Reflect Jesus in everything you do. And
that was the ultimate, man.
Yeah, that's it. And probably the last one I'd say is stay with your family. Don't leave your family abandoned, because
be there.
Your wife needs you. Your kids need you, whether you're married or not. Your girlfriend needs you, and don't be afraid to talk about things that are going on in your life.
Yeah, definitely. Be strong.
Don't bottle it up.
Work hard in all areas.
Yeah.
Be that guy that people can come to when they have problems.
Oh, for sure. That's definitely. There's nothing better than having an awesome guy friend that you can just go to whenever.
Bros will be bros.
Bros will be bros. Bros before hoes. Just
Stay careful with that term.
But anyway, I think we're gonna wrap it up on that.
Yeah, solid.
That was a really good little segment on masculinity and how toxic it is.
Man culture. Have you ever seen someone manspreading like in public transport?
Oh my god!
Like we're in the airport and they just like.
I've seen the video of the girl who like hits the guy in the nuts for manspreading. I'm like, oh my god!
I love it. Have you seen the BuzzFeed video of like girls prove a point by manspreading? So they just go on the bus and like they spread their legs. And they're like, we're manspreading and no one cares. Okay.
No one cares. Like, cool, you can do that. I mean, guys can sit with their legs crossed.
Oh, you gotta love BuzzFeed.
It's like Vox and BuzzFeed, all these cancerous sites that people look at for some reason. That's just where our generation's going with the future. But thank you so much for listening. I hope you're still listening. All you men out there, make sure you listen to about...
and share with... how about you comment video ideas, too?
Yeah, comment. Actually, go on my Instagram, DM me. It's at AllTheTalkPodcast. I think I posted something the other day about, ideas for videos. And we love to hear your thoughts because we always want to please the viewers. And we don't just get up here and talk about stuff that y'all don't want to hear. Mm-hmm. And I think we've had some really good dialogues, especially in past videos. And I know in this one, especially.
Yeah.
So, subscribe, G. Allen and Audible Chocolate.
Smash that notification bell.
Smash it.
Merch going up. Discount code.
Yeah, we'll have all the talk hats and...
trucker hats.
Trucker hats.
Yes,
just
sir.
like the Make America Great Again hats. But All the Talk Podcast. Make podcasts great again hats.
Make podcasts
Actually,
great
podcasts
again.
are pretty good.
Now's the height of...
Yeah, I know, really.
The pinnacle of
so get us famous, gosh dang it. So
I did it for the fame.
Like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. If you're a liberal, go cry. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Liberal moderate.
Yeah, he's more moderate. I'm more libertarian, actually. I kind of... we'll get into that later.
Yeah, don't label yourself.
But anyway, like and subscribe. It was a really fun video. Share it with your friends. All that jazz. Follow my Instagram at AllTheTalkPodcast. Follow my Twitter at AllTheTalkPodcast.
We're worldwide.
Follow Blake at Blake Deej.
Blake.Edge29. Snapchat Blake the Jardin. I'll put my name on here.
Put it on there.
Yeah, Blake the Jardin.
Yeah, no one cares. Closing out.
I'm gonna get murdered.
Closing out.
Closing out.
Build the wall. Don't build the wall. Leave a comment below. We want to hear your
Give
thoughts.
your thoughts.
Thank you so much. Awesome podcast.
Thank you for listening.
G. Allen, Blake, signing off. Bye, guys.